You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth.
Whoops, it is not Zero Dark 30, but it may as well be. Welcome to post Zero Dark 30 on the Prepared Mind channel. What a great broadcast last night at the zoo. 500 people live up to, and then the whole way through questions from you guys. Well, I got questions this morning about personal safety devices. Here I am. Oh, well, first off, I got up and right out the gate, so much work piled on top of me, I couldn't even get a dang video in. Woo! What a day. Just starting out. What a Monday. I hope your day is great as well. Folks, we've got some big issues. Personal safety devices. Here's an example of one right here. A safety belt. In fact, I'm required by state law in, I think, all 76 states. You have to wear your frickin' seatbelt. Maybe there's 5 or 6 states left that don't. Anyways, you wear that safety belt. Use your personal protective device. At home, lock your doors, right? Your phone is considered a safety device now. If something goes wrong, don't do anything to help. Be sure and just film it. That way, the police can examine the film or the video if your phone is even recoverable. After someone stomps your liver out and sends you to the frickin' hospital, they can go, oh, I see. Yeah, you were walking down the street and you were blindsided and someone stomped the ever-living shit out of you, AKA curb stomp. Well, folks, personal safety devices. Let's take a look at where we're at today. More and more states, more than ever, are saying, hey, why don't you go ahead and just carry a gun if you want? In fact, many states are like, you don't even need a permit. It's a right. Isn't that wonderful? It's a right. And so people are. And in those areas, crime is dropping. Now, don't kid yourself. There's still some rules you got to play by. But, right, for the most part, the blue commies are in retreat. Now, one example of it going bad is the other night, a man confronted would-be burglar thieves who were at his house trying to steal his stuff. He tried stopping him. They notified him, said, hey, I see you, knock that shit off. And they started shooting at him, so he shot back. He was arrested. Still kind of unclear on what was going wrong, right? Was he required to retreat or something? Could he safely retreat, or was he, right, in a position where if he didn't fire back, they would have gotten better position on him and killed him? Or if he didn't fire back, they would think he was unarmed and kill him. Do you have to wait until you are facing certain death before you're allowed to finally pull your pistol or gun or rifle to shoot? Or should you be allowed to shoot when shot at? Seems to work that way for cops. Anyways, that case notwithstanding, but well, it does illustrate Democrat states and their willingness and desire to say F you to you, even if the law says you can carry. And this man was on his own property. On his own property. Burglars, life-threatening situation, being shot at, and they still arrest him? Woo! I tell you, folks, words of caution. But everywhere else, folks, let me make this clear. There are many cases where the people protect themselves and the police are fine with it. In addition to that, there are countless unknown cases where a man or woman pulls their rifle, shotgun, or pistol, and no one ever hears about it because they don't say a fucking word. They just deal with the situation. Right? They pull the gun, they're protected. Now, here's an example. Down in Arizona on the res, folks, that means reservation to those who don't know. On the res, guess what happened? A man comes out. There are illegal immigrants on his property and he wants them off, can't get them off. He calls Border Patrol. Border Patrol shows up on the res. And something happens, and the Border Patrol shoot the man, the Native American. The Native American, he gets shot. Questions, lots of questions. Personal preservation protection devices in place. I have a funny feeling that the homeowner had a gun, because everything was fine until law enforcement showed up and probably didn't like seeing him with a gun. And all baloney, all BS aside, you know, all racial or societal or cultural stereotypes aside, he may have been drinking a little. Maybe the cops didn't like his attitude. I mean, Border Patrol cops. Maybe they thought he was a little too demanding, and so they needed to silence him. Funny how they won't shoot illegals. Funny how they won't stop illegals. Funny how they protect illegals. Funny how they enable illegals. Now Border Patrol have gone from being an undersupported, underfunded, unappreciated bunch of people trying to protect our border to facilitators of the invasion and destruction of our country. So a big FU goes out to Border Patrol, who are now allowing these people in. Are there good Border Patrol agents who are actually obeying their oaths and protecting this country? I sure hope so. Now, again, more of what's going on in personal protection devices. News story popped up. Caught this one while I was sipping some coffee. Briefly sipping some coffee. A man is driving his white pickup truck in Los Angeles. And there's a group of youths, somewhere between 10 and 8 youths of the, shall we say, minority persuasion, persons of color, most likely Hispanics, according to witnesses. But there were just a group of young guys, and they were in the street, and they were swerving in and out of traffic and playing fuck around on the road. So I guess the guy in the white truck honked. I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know what movie he saw, but he decided to stop his truck and get out. He decided he was going to tell the 10 youths who he thought he was and who he thought they were. I don't know where this guy got his thinking on this one, but he ended up getting curb stomped. Now, I told the story the other day about one man giving me the stink eye and some guff, and I asked him if he wanted a problem, as if I were the guy who could deliver him a problem he needed, and he said no. If it was a group of 8 to 10 people, whether they were older or in their teens, I wouldn't have said anything, because odds, folks, you don't pick a losing fight just to fight. This guy did that. He got out and was immediately beat on. One of the little punks picked up his own bike, probably stolen, and smashed the windshield in on the pickup. Then, I guess after a thorough beating, some of the crowd decided to put an end to that. They broke the fight up. I don't know why that took so long. Maybe 10 kids beating the shit out of one guy is something you need to film. Something entertaining. But, again, picking your fights. If one guy went up, I guess one could continue to kick the guy on the ground while 9 attacked someone trying to break it up. Well, apparently you just need a few more people. So they were gathered up. Took just a few moments and stopped the beating. Once again, the man probably made a very poor decision. Oh, by the way, after the kids were shooed off, before the police could get there, the guy got up before the police could get there, and he got in his truck before the police could get there, and he drove his sorry ass away before the police could get there. He should have never got out of his truck. He should have never stopped. And he should have had his protective device. He was in California, and they're not illegal to have there. You can have a permit, a concealed weapons permit, and protect yourself. But he should have stayed in his vehicle. Folks, we need our personal protective devices. Got mine right here. You need to be prepared to use it, and you also need to be prepared to use it properly, intelligently. Avoid bad situations. Always. Always. Be prepared up here. Know where you're at. I kind of don't at the moment. Well, I do and I don't. Right? This is not my neighborhood. I don't live here. Going to deal with a client's issue. It's that kind of world, folks. Lawlessness is everywhere. On subways, in your own backyard, in your car, truck, vehicle, whatever you got. Your work truck, you can be assaulted at any time. Personal protective devices. It's more than just a phone and a seatbelt. It's this right here, the prepared mind. And chance favors it, I tell you. Semper Fi, Godspeed.